everyone, welcome back. It is time for another WIP Wednesday. Today I am continuing on the page I was doing from Sunday's live stream. So if you missed it, Emma from Emma Colors 2020 and I did a live buddy color. So she was on my channel and we were both coloring a page from Hanna Karlzon's Midnight Masquerade. We chose this vase page and yeah, we were coloring it side by side for the live stream, and I actually haven't worked on it since Sunday, but that's because I was finishing up my color along from Flower Fairies. So now that that is all done, I can finally get back to working on this one because I do want to finish it. So it is part of my hashtag this month. A is for August. So I am using Artesa's in here right now, the Arteza Expert pencils. So yeah, I'll just get back to coloring and catch you guys up with what's been going on. It's been a crazy week to say the least. So the giveaway finally wrapped up. Let's see, Monday. I picked a winner Monday. First thing in the morning, I made sure to pick a winner so no one was sitting there waiting too long. And I want to definitely thank all of you for participating. That was a lot of fun to see all the creative colored pencil names, including a lot of them that I didn't even know of or personally didn't even think of. And I have those pencil sets, but like I didn't even think of those names. So that was a lot of fun. I had a blast reading through all those. And then, of course, congratulations to our winners. You guys can go ahead and check that out, that video out, if you want to see who won. And then for those of you who were hoping to win but didn't, I actually have a coupon code Rachel Mintz gave me. So I do need to go update it. It's actually... in my video, I said 20% off. It's actually a 30% off coupon. So that will be updated, and I will make sure to also leave the coupon code in the description below. That way, if you didn't win and there was a Rachel Mintz book you really wanted, now you can go get it for 30% off. And that doesn't expire, so just keep that handy and you can use that. I do actually have a book from Rachel Mintz that I'll be doing a flip through and probably coloring in it sometime this month. I gotta fit that in there somewhere. Oh, so much to fit in. Yeah, it's been a busy start to the week. Mondays are always busy for me with my job. I don't think I've ever had a slow Monday, just because a lot of our clients still work on the weekends, and then our writers and editors do, so they usually kind of leave a bunch of messages for me. I used to check them on the weekends, but I stopped doing that because it's really important to have days off. And so I try my darndest to not check my emails or messages or anything work related until Monday, just so I get a little bit of a sanity break. 'Cause I'm telling you, those 2 days of the weekend go by so fast. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm just like, oh, hi, Monday. Thanks for showing up. So yeah, it's been a little nuts. We're trying to get everything ready for back to school. I know some of you guys already have kids back in school, and others aren't even going back till September. It's crazy to see how different the school schedules are. Like when I grew up in California, our school definitely started in September. I remember that. And I don't remember when we got out though. I want to say we got out in June. So then when I moved to Utah, I never really paid attention to it till I had my son and he started going to school. Obviously, why would I care unless I had a kid? But yeah, so I noticed they started in August. I was like, oh, that's like summer. But they get out in May. They get out just before Memorial Day weekend, usually is how it works. So yeah, school's going back for us the third week of August, and we need to go do back to school shopping. I've heard there's a school supply shortage. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't shopped yet, but I've had a few people tell me like they were having trouble finding stuff. But I mean, I looked on Amazon just to see if Amazon was out, and they weren't. And I looked on Walmart.com and they have plenty. So I guess if they're short in store, I'll just order it online. But because my kids did the online program all last year, they need like everything. And I'm talking like clothes wise, because we didn't do any back to school clothes shopping. And they kind of were able to just get away with the clothes they had. It wasn't as big of a deal. But, you know, they all need like new jeans, new shirts. And then this is my youngest, first year to school. She's going to kindergarten. So she needs her backpack and, you know, all those little special things. My two oldest ones have backpacks that have a few more years on them, or so I hope. They weren't cheap. Why are backpacks so much money now? Now I know why my mom used to get mad when I would get a hole in mine. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, so we need to go clothes shopping. But usually, I don't know how you guys do it. I go shopping for like, you know, their back to school outfit, and then they each get like 2 pairs of jeans, a couple shirts. But I shop the short sleeve stuff mostly, and then I always shop at the children's place because my kids have no booty, and that means no pants fit them. So children's place has those jeans with like the little drawstring thing or adjustment in the inside that fits around their scrawny bodies. So we always go shop there, and then I save the points, and then I shop online during their sales for all their winter clothes. So that's how I work it, because oh my gosh, kids' clothes are ridiculously expensive for what they can wear for maybe a year. I mean, as my kids have gotten older, their growth hasn't been as insane, but like my youngest grows out of things still, and her older sister, unfortunately, is so rough on her clothes that she rarely has like hand-me-downs to give to her little sister. I mean, she tears holes in everything. I don't know what that kid is doing. Rolling on the ground. I don't know. Like, I swear she's like dragging herself across the sidewalk or something. I don't know. Like, what are you doing? I guess that just proves she's active though, so I can't complain too much. But, and then of course since it's my youngest's first time to school, she'll get a little extra, you know. So she feels special about it. She's very nervous about going back to school. It's super cute. And I don't know what it is. I honestly think it's because she's my youngest, like, so she's my baby. But I'm like, I constantly find myself going, she's too young to go to school. She's too little to like ride the bus. And I'm pretty sure that's just what happens with your baby. The youngest one is just, yeah, they're always too young. But I mean, all my other kids went to school at this age, so I don't know what's up with me. I'm just extra emotional about it. Whereas like my oldest, when he went to kindergarten, I didn't cry, or preschool. Like you'd go for that orientation. Oh, the jets are going because I'm filming. You go for orientation and they're like, oh, the parents usually cry more than the kids. And I never did. And I was like, oh, I'm such an awful parent. I'm not even crying when my kids go to school. But I have a feeling I'm going to cry with my youngest. Like, wow, I've become that parent. I definitely favor my youngest. But I honestly, like I've explained it to my husband, I think I now see why we all are kind of guilty of that. Well, I don't want to assume all. Sorry. I'm not going to assume all. I am guilty, at least, of favoring the youngest because it really is your baby. I mean, I will have no more babies. I won't have any more when they're just so cute and little and have that innocent little voice before they start getting opinions. Like she needs snuggles at night. She's a very snuggly kid though, always has been, but she needs her cuddles, and I oblige it. I know I shouldn't. I was firm with my other kids. I was like, nope, you gotta learn to sleep on your own. Then my youngest needs it, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever you want. Like, I'm such a freaking marshmallow. It's pathetic. But yeah, I told my husband, I was like, I know, I get it. I didn't let the other kids get away with it, but it is my baby. Like, I just want to soak up every last minute I get of that before she gets, older and doesn't want mommy around as much, or I don't know. I digress. But yes, it's her first year of school, was the entire point of that. And it'll be interesting. I'm more nervous, I think, than she is, but we're getting the kids back on their back to school schedule, so that means no more staying up late. They have to still wake up now at like school time hours. I always do that like 2 weeks before school starts so that they're not just evil when school starts. So right now they're really cranky because they're mad. They have to go to bed at 9, and I'm mad, trust me. It gets all up, messes up my evening. But and then I gotta wake them up at 7, and I actually need to start working with my son because junior high, it's his first year of junior high, he actually has to catch the bus at like 6:30 or something like that. So I need to start like waking that boy up even earlier. So he's complaining about 7 right now. Just wait. And the hardest part for me is, so I get up, naturally I always wake before 6, but I get up about 5-ish as of late. I've been pushing it to 5. But then I realized, oh my gosh, so my son is now going to be getting up at the same time during my time. Like, does anyone else do that? Purposely wake up early so that the house is just your own? Like, it's peaceful for, even if it's 20 minutes. I need that peace. I sit, I journal, I drink my coffee. That's what it is. It's just my peace time. And I just realized, oh my gosh, he's got to get up early, so he's going to be right up in the middle of my peace time. So do I get up earlier? I don't know. But yeah, I got to start prepping him for that because I had forgotten about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just wake you up at 7. But no, dude, you got to get like used to waking up at like 5:30. It's just, and yeah, so we're doing that. And so transitioning the kids is never easy. Anyone with kids knows how lovely time changes and schedule changes go. It's a nightmare, but it gets easier day by day. It's just like in the moment, you're just like, will this ever end? But yeah, then so they still have about 3 weeks. Well, I guess less than that now. This month is going by fast, but they have a couple weeks left, and my biggest issue is recording my videos. I've got the kids, always wanting their friends over, which they should be allowed to do. It's their house. It's summer. It's kind of the point. And, or my husband's just home, and bless his heart, he's just so loud. Like, I'll tell everyone I'm recording, and he'll walk into the kitchen and just start talking loud. And I'm like, ugh. So I get crabby. And, so I was starting to get a little flustered because I fell behind on my color along because I just could not get a quiet moment. Every time I would finally get things settled and sit down to film it, the doorbell would ring or a friend would come over. And I don't want to like tell my kids, no, sorry, you can't play because mommy needs to make a YouTube video. Like, it just seems unreasonable. Call me crazy. But at the same time, I'm like, I really want to record my videos. And I don't know, if you've seen my craft tour, you know that it's wide open to the world. I have no door. Like, and that's the thing. If I had a door right there, we'd be golden. unfortunately, the way that's designed, installing a door would either require us to do a lot of reframing and it'd have to be a custom door. There's no way around it. And that's just an outrageous amount of money to put a door on there when the end game goal is to complete my studio in the basement. So what we decided to do, or I decided, I shouldn't say we, hubby had no choice. He just had to move the furniture because, you know, I'm little. I can't lift desks. So what I did was I took my art desk that was in my craft room tour, and I put it in my master bedroom. And so right now it's on one side of my room facing, I actually have a great view. I'm up against the window. In fact, I'll show you guys. Let me just finish this little leaf here. Hopefully I don't make any of you dizzy. And then of course, please ignore my dirt yard. We're getting sod. I'll talk about that in a minute. Oh, I'm gonna have to take it off this thing. All right. So that is my view. So I have the mountain views and my dirt yard. Isn't that lovely and manicured? Look at that dirt. And weeds starting to grow on the fence. We're gonna pretend those aren't there. But I do have a really good view from here. The only thing is the lighting. Well, I really hope I don't hit the wrong button doing this. All right, we succeeded. The only thing is the lighting. So I normally record in the mornings, and morning sun actually comes through that window right there. Oh my gosh, that's bright. So if you watch my color along that posted yesterday and you see a big light change, that's just me trying to learn how to function with the new natural light. Sorry about that. I do apologize. But yeah, so I've been a little stressed trying to like adjust to the lighting. This time of day, the lighting is fine, but earlier in the morning when I normally like to record, you know, when my brain is fresh and full of coffee, the morning sunlight, oh my gosh, it's brutal. It's bright, and it, like, I had to draw my shades, but then they leave like this funky tinge. So I'm buying some new lighting equipment to fix that. And no, not just because of this. I had planned on buying it for when I had a studio anyway. So that'll come and hopefully fix some of that. But yeah, it kind of stressed me out. I stress out over stupid things. And I like legit was debating if I wanted to move my desk, because I actually like my desk in my office. Because, you know, I can work, swing around, record a video, go back to work. Plus the lighting in there is just perfect. But it has no door. And so that's why I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to move it into the master, which I hate because I didn't design this master bedroom to have a desk in it, but it's just gonna sit here until school starts. So once school starts, hubby will have the wonderful job of moving it all the way back to my office, which really isn't far. Thank goodness our master is on the first level. Otherwise, he would have been carrying this up a flight of stairs. He wouldn't have done it. He probably would have been like, nope. So it's heavy. It's a heavy desk. Solid. But yeah, so once they go back to school, I'll be moving it back into my office because they'll be at school and I can record at my normal times, and I'll have the natural lighting the way I like it. And I'm not sitting here like, that said, on top of that, we have a bunch of contractors coming this week because we're going to finish the basement. Because, you know, as my channel has been growing, I want to do a lot more. And I do have an announcement coming out with some fun plans for the channel. So there's a lot I have in the works, and I can't really do it without a door to my office because it's just, you know, kids will be home eventually. So we're going to finish my studio. We're actually we're just going to finish the whole basement because it's silly to finish one room. So we're going to bite the bullet and finish our basement. And we need to anyways, because the entire point of that basement was so the kids had a place to go in the winter with their friends, and not my living room that was not designed for kids. Or apparently my husband, because he keeps messing it up too. So he needs a place to go as well. Basically, it's just my living room, I think. So I think that's the conclusion I'm getting at. But no, like, you know, my kids need a living room where they can play with their toys and be messy and be kids. And the furniture I bought for this living room is not, definitely not for that. So we just need to finish the basement because winter is coming, and yeah, they need somewhere to go for sure. So we're getting bids on that this week. I'm like so terrified to see those bids. But so that I'm kind of stressed out about, because we're not going to hire a general contractor. We're just going to hire the contractors ourselves, because one, most of the general contractors out here are just not taking jobs, and two, they are all like outrageously inflated on their prices right now, whereas the subcontractors aren't. And I get it, they have overhead, that's why, but I just don't feel like paying for someone's overhead right now, not in this market. All about supporting them small businesses, but I also have a budget, so yeah, we're going to kind of GC it ourselves. So we'll have to get our own permits and all that glorious stuff, but that's not too hard. And then yeah, we're gonna work on finishing the basement, and I will be building a studio in the basement. We're actually thinking of soundproofing the walls. That way, if the kids are in the living room in the basement, which would be right next to my studio, I'll have soundproof walls, or at least soundproofing on the wall that butts up against that living room, so that I can still record and no one will be the wiser. Kids could be screaming next door and you'll have no idea, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, so my studio will move to the basement. Oh my gosh, my Pinterest board for craft room studios. Oh, it's so ridiculous. And those are all a pipe dream, by the way. None of them are going to happen, but they will down the road, but not right away. And then all of my stuff will move down there. And then that area where I'm working now, I'll actually just flip my desk around and it'll just be my office, because I really want to separate the two. Because coloring is a hobby, and I mean, my channel is kind of like a second job in a way, but I don't like mingling them in the same workspace, if that makes sense. You know, it's like coloring is my happy place and work is my stress place, and when they're combined as one, it's just like, oh. So yeah, it'll be nice to have a studio. Plus, like I've said before, a lot of my stuff is in the basement in boxes. I need a second bookcase for my book problem. That should just be a sign right there. I need a second bookcase for my book problem. Gee, Corey, maybe you should stop buying books. But yeah, I've just given up on saying that. So I am slowing down on my book purchases though, because that's one of the videos I'll be working on, is kind of going through and making a list of all the books I need to finish, or not finish, but color a page in. Literally, like, I have so many books that I buy with the greatest intentions. I never buy a book thinking this is gonna sit on my bookshelf, but I buy all these books and there's just not enough time. So I'm going to find a way to make sure that each one is colored in. Erica over at Elm Colors kind of did something similar. She made a list of all her uncolored books, and apparently it's pretty gnarly. And I was like, you know, that's That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to make a video though, so you all can hold me accountable. I am going to flip through all the books that I haven't colored in and start coloring in those starting in September. I'm actually going to be adding to my hashtag. So to add to my hashtag, what I will be doing is, so I have right now, you know, like A is for August, use A mediums. Well, I am going to add, and this is just for me, so that I complete some books or do some things, you know. But what I'm going to do is September will be B is for September, which I know is not as awesome and flashy as A is for August, but is what it is. I'm going to find books that either have a name that starts with B or an author that starts with B, and I will do that. Now, I know a few of you had left comments, you know, saying that would be fun to do in the challenge, and by all means, you can join that. I'm actually just doing it to force myself to pick up a book that is not colored in, so it has to not be colored in. So poor Lavella with her you know, color your hoard. I'm just gonna say right now, Lavella, you're gonna get a ton from me in September and every month here on out until at least each book has a page colored. So, oh, bless her heart. She sits there and compiles all those images, and I did that for my Hanna Karlzon one, and that was just hours. And she does this every month. Like, she is superwoman. I kid you not. Like, she has to be, because I'm like, how does she do this? So yeah, if you have never seen her videos for the Color Your Hoard, check them out. She does awesome, and in general, her channel is awesome to watch too. She is incredibly relaxing to watch and very sweet woman. So yes, sorry Lavella, I'm gonna give you like a whole bunch because that's literally all I'll be coloring next month. I'll find ones that start with B, and there will be, of course, you know, a couple pages that aren't in there, like my Flowerscape project, because I'm working on a page every month for Flowerscape no matter what. I started this month, but it's this monster double page spread, and I am stuck. Oh yeah, our jets are coming again. Yeah, I'm really stuck on that one, guys. It's because I picked a palette that I thought was good. I picked fallish colors because August to me is the start of fall, and so I picked fall colors. And yeah, it's going to be interesting because the palette is complex and the colors are complex. I didn't do a limited color palette this time around, and so it's definitely taking longer. Like, one flower has like 6 colors in it. I'm going to do my darndest to finish that so that I can start on the next one for September, but we shall see. Sorry about that. I went to adjust my camera and then I had a kid come in. This just goes to show that even with a door that closes, they find you. Let me get my colors for my flowers out. Pink, apricot, yeah, and cream. Okay. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so my Flowerscape page, I've kind of hit a little color wall, and that's okay. If I don't end up finishing it, I don't. I've been really slow this month. Last month I colored a lot of the pages I had picked out, and then this month, like, I looked at the calendar and I was like, oh my gosh, we're almost halfway through the month and I have colored nothing. And you know, honestly, what I think it is is the mediums. I'm working with mediums I'm not comfortable with, so they're taking me longer. Like I did a Clara Markova page the other day. I need to finish the background before I can share it, but I did that with Derwent Artists, and I had a lot of fun, actually. I was enjoying the Derwent Artists, but I haven't used them enough, so it took me a while to kind of get get in the groove with them. It's not like picking up my polys or prismas that I use all the time, and I'm like, oh, I got this. Color this in my sleep. It was actually a struggle for me, and so I honestly think that's why I'm moving slower this month. So I think my September TBC list will be a lot smaller, and if I finish those pages, then I can always pull more. It's not like, once I finish my list, I'm not allowed to color anymore. But I've definitely noticed I've slowed down this month, like using these Artesas example. This page wasn't even in my TBCs. We had to pick a page together, so I was like, I guess we'll do this one. So this is on top of my TBCs, but I'm using Artesas. I rarely use my Artesas. They're okay. I don't dislike them at all. If you're gonna give me a soft waxy pencil, I'm gonna pick a Prismacolor. That's just how I work. But I'm not used to using these, and both Emma and I noticed on Sunday during our Buddy Color live that Artesa are not very fun in Hanna Karlzon pages. So like the paper has just a tiny bit of tooth to it, which I actually enjoy. I use my polychromos on this paper, actually. I don't use my Prismacolors, which I know, gasp. A lot of people are like, wait, what? But I love how polychromos are on this paper. And the square root fooners. Basically oil pencils, I guess we should say. But these Artesas, I do not like how they are on this paper. And so this page is taking me a long time. I mean, our stream was 3 hours long, and neither of us got very far. I mean, granted, we were both talking and, checking on chat, but still, it's taking a lot more effort. It takes me a little while to get back into the groove. Yeah, it's definitely the mediums. They're slowing me down, like trying to relearn how to use my Derwent Artists, and I had a blast doing it. I have a tutorial for the flower and leaves coming out this weekend. I actually filmed it a little while ago. It's just, that was the most suitable day to release it, I guess you could say. But that'll be coming out for those who want to, have a fun color combo with Derwent Artists. But yes, the mediums are definitely slowing me down. Let me try to stay in frame here. And I have a group buddy color page from my Facebook group that I need to work on, and I'm going to do that as a color along. And I'll be using the Pastel Lows, which I'm a little bit more familiar with, so that one might go a little smoother, just because I used them quite a bit last month. But still, I haven't used them in Johanna Basford books, actually, so we shall see how that works out. But yeah, it's definitely interesting when you finally pull out all those mediums that you've never used, or you've used like once, or you just swatched and threw back in their case. It's interesting how you have to sit there and kind of figure out how to work with them, but this is the fun of the tag and the entire point of the tag, really, to play with them and get to know all these mediums that obviously I don't use enough, because I'm like, I can't figure out this color combo or how to use this pencil on this paper. So it's definitely eye-opening, that's for sure. But like I said, I'm kind of also doing this tag as a way to weed out supplies that I honestly just don't need. Like if I find myself miserable to use a certain medium, that's just a sign that I need to give it away. And first dibs is always to my daughter, because she's my most devoted fan. She cracks me up. She knows like the name of everything I work with. It's hilarious. During my color along video, she stopped in to check and see how I was doing, and I was using a Ranger Heat It tool. It's like basically a hairdryer. It looks like a hairdryer. You know, most kids would be like, hey, why are you using a hairdryer on your coloring pages? My daughter was like, oh, is that the Ranger tool? I've created a monster. But it's so cute. So yeah, she gets first dibs on any pencils that I start filtering through this. You know, my ridiculous Brute Fooners, my ridiculous 520 Brute Fooners, I was going to give those away, like after, but I almost have to keep them for the ridiculousness of it. I feel if I give them away, or even sold them, they wouldn't be there to remind me of how I need to not buy things that I really don't intend to use. So I feel I must keep them, even when I build out my studio, and like have them somewhere where I can see them, as like my gentle, oh wow, that's a loud jet. Hi jets. As a gentle reminder to not waste my money on things. So yeah, I was gonna give them away, and then I'm like, no, I need this here to constantly remind myself to quit buying stuff like this. So yeah, I'll have those on display practically. I will be using them next month though, because they start with the letter B, and I actually have quite a few things that start with the letter B. Letter C month and D month, all of those are like packed full of supplies that I could use. E gets a little tricky, but not impossible. I actually have, well, Arteza Expert will be back. They will reappear. And this time I'll actually probably use the watercolors, because I, you know, have been doing the Albrecht Dürer instead. But obviously Albrecht Dürer will not be able to be in the month for E. So it'll be interesting. I'm trying to think what else I have that would start with an E other than my Arteza Expert stuff. I've got something. I know I've got like sets with names or something with an E. I think one of my Felissimo sets might start with an E. I'm not even sure now. We'll find out. I got a ways to go. But yeah, it's just been a very busy week. I feel like I say that every WIP Wednesday though, so I'm kind of like a broken record. But I am excited. I've been doing a lot of extra work on the channel that you guys haven't seen yet, because it's all behind the scenes. Just getting a lot of big fun plans together. And you know, just making sure it'll all be doable before I announce it. So I'm getting all that together so I can do my big announcement. And some of the changes you'll have already seen and didn't even know that was part of the change. But you will, once I announce it, be like, oh, that's why she was doing that. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. I'm almost to 4,000 subscribers. I'm shocked and appreciative, but shocked. I went to check the other day because someone made a comment like, oh, you're already past your 3.5, because I had said I would do a giveaway for that. And well, yes, I was past that. So I was like, oh my gosh. So thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to my channel, and thank you to those who have been here from the get-go. It's been amazing. I was trying to explain it to someone the other day. I was like, it's humbling and exciting and baffling all at once. It's like a big emotional soup up in there. because I'm truly so touched. Of course, a jet flies by when I'm trying to have a touching moment with you guys. So, U.S. Air Force for you. They're like, no touching moments here. But no, I am truly grateful that so many of you have been joining my channel, and those of you who have been watching from the start, and the amazing sweet comments I have been getting lately. They are just so motivating and wonderful. So thank you to everyone. I do already have the 4K giveaway planned out because that thing is moving quickly. So I was like, oh my, I better get that one prepped. So that one's actually ready to go. So when we hit that, we will be ready. And yeah, and then also little fun hidden breadcrumb, if you want to call it that, for those of you who have stuck around this long into my WIP Wednesday. I have the Ruby Charms Artist Edition swatch book. I will be comparing the old and new in a video, and at the end of that video I will be giving away a free copy that Susan was so sweet enough to send to me to give away to one of you guys. So I will have that coming out on my channel. I gotta film it. Here lies the problem. So many things to film, so little time, but keep an eye out for that. It's on my desk, literally. It's like sitting right there, just constantly reminding me. It's practically calling my name. Hello, film me, mail me. It will be only open to US residents, unfortunately, just because of the shipping rates. So just keep that one in mind. But again, this is just like a little fun one-off giveaway. I still will have my 4K giveaway when we hit that. But that will come in my announcement video once I get that filmed. You notice like a lot of this is once I get that filmed, once I get this done. I have a few tag videos to film too while we're on the topic. You guys are so sweet tagging me, and I feel like such a flake, and I am not a flake, so it haunts me even more because I'm like, I'm coming off like a flake. I have all these tag videos I need to do, and they're going to be so irrelevant. Erica, the lovely Erica from Elm Colors, was kind enough to tag me in the Olympics tag, and yeah, I haven't done that yet, and I need to get my buns on that, but I'm sorry, Erica. She's so kind to tag me, and here I am just being a tag killer. That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, oh, posting this when it's no longer relevant. So it is on my list to do this week. I also got tagged in a Disney tag, and I have to go back because I think I have a few others. So I am truly sorry. It's so hard in the summer, and like I said, that was one reason we moved my desk, was I was just not able to ever film when I had the free time, because when I had the free time, my kids also had the free time, and that meant inviting all their friends over, and it was just loud, and I was only getting time to film like when they would go to the pool, or they would go play at a friend's house, and or you know, go to a grandparent's house for the weekend. But then I was like bulk recording like 6 videos a day just to get all my content out, and I was burning out, like I'm burning out on it. So that's why I told my husband, I was like, we gotta move my desk somewhere so I can film when I'm ready to film or have something to film, and the mojo is there too. You know, you lose your mojo by video 3 on a bulk recording day. Sometimes you lose it after number 1, but it's just like you want to film in the moment and not be like an assembly line of video making there. So it'll be a lot easier now with my desk in here. And then of course easier once school starts and I got a little bit more free time in my house to myself. and hopefully it'll be quiet. Of course, while sitting here, I must warn you, you will no longer hear Scout the Husky flying off the stairs as long as I'm in here. But don't you worry, she will make her grand reappearance once I move my desk back, because she does it every day. My kids put a cape on her, and I swear maybe that's why she wants to fly off the stairs. She's got false impressions of her abilities, because the kids keep putting a cape on her, and maybe she thinks she can fly. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it, because I still don't get it. Like, every time, dog flies off the stairs, loud bang, and then you hear her, like, trying to get her grip on the wood floor, which is even funnier. I'm just like, oh, that dog. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the kids making her think she can fly. She's all superwoman over there. Yes, for a few weeks we will not have any loud bangs from the dog. Well, can't even guarantee that. She does like to run into the door because she thinks it's partially ajar and tries to like push her way in. So maybe you'll hear a whole different kind of noise from her. I was doing my color along, and my Roomba, Johnny 5, that's what we named our Roomba, kept banging against the door trying to get in, and I had no time to edit that out. So I was like, there it is, guys, enjoy. Johnny 5's trying to do his job, and here I am blocking him. But yeah, so I guess we'll have a whole new host of noises, but we'll see. And then who knows what the basement will bring. The nice thing about the room I'm taking in the basement is it's actually under the master suite in the basement. So there will be like no traffic up above me unless my husband, for some reason, is in the master. For some reason, it's his room. He's allowed in there. I don't know why I put it that way. But if he's in there, or you know, a kid is vacuuming or doing their chores in there, I don't know. But other than that, it'll be pretty quiet. The builder really thought these things out, like when he put the basement bedrooms down there, because yeah, the 2 bedrooms are above or below the master, so it's not as noisy. And then both living rooms actually line up, so the first floor living room and the basement living room are stacked on top of one another. So that's nice too. And then there's another room down there that's under the kitchen. We're actually turning that into a gym. And maybe I'll lose the COVID weight. Well, here's the thing. Once it turns into a gym, I got no excuses to not lose it. Like, what do I got? I got nothing after that. Gotta put down the ice cream and get on the treadmill. I'm hoping secretly it takes a really long time to build that room so that I have a little bit longer to use that excuse, because I don't like working out. But we'll see. All right, I think that's good. I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera. I'll zoom you in for a sec. That's really zoomed in. So this is what I mean about the Arteza pencils on this paper. For most people, like, the lines like this don't bother them. They just bother me. Like, I just want to sit there and keep working them out. And you could. I mean, you could sit there and keep layering, but not with this pencil. This is a very soft pencil, and it's going to eventually just smush its way, and you won't have the lines anymore. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to just keep going over it. Like, you have to be really careful, and your tip always has to be sharpened. And I am starting to run low on these Artezas, and I am not really ready to pay that open stock price that they're pulling. I'm waiting for a coupon before I restock my Artezas. Because actually these really aren't too bad, and I've been having fun using them, but I don't like them on this paper. They don't jive well. And I mean, even when see here, I go over with my cream, it's not sticking very well. In fact, this is probably an instance where a base coat of a color would make a lot more sense, But who said I color in a sensible manner? I mean, if it makes sense, I'm not doing it clearly. So, but yeah, it's turning out good. It's just a slow moving process, and I have noticed that I am in a serious mode of flicking everything. Have you guys noticed that? Because I have. So if I have, you guys have to, because most of us are not self-aware. So, like, I think I've been doing so much hair lately that my hand just naturally wants to flick now. And I've always used like a flicking technique for flowers. Here, let me zoom you back in, hopefully not make you dizzy. I've always used a flick technique with flowers just because I feel it looks better that way. It kind of adds dimension to a flower. I've always done that. But now I'm doing it with leaves. I don't ever recall really doing that with leaves, and now I am. So yeah, I am most definitely, I think just naturally my brain is just flicking things, but to do that you have to have a sharp point, and it was really fun to do it with my Derwent artist. You'll also notice in my Derwent artist tutorial that I'm flicking. So, spoiler. But yeah, I think it's just become like second nature. I'm starting to wonder if I do it in my sleep. Like, I'm seriously not even joking on that. I really do wonder if I'm just sitting there with my hand flicking in my sleep. But probably doesn't help that I've been doing a lot of botanicals lately either. So it's just kind of, like I said, I've always flicked things out with flowers, but not usually with leaves. And now I've started doing that, and I like the way it looks. So now I'm like, well, shoot, this is just going to be maybe this is my thing, my coloring style. Believe it or not, our coloring styles evolve. Like, I've been coloring almost 6 years, and I can definitely see an evolution of time going through there. So they evolve from, exploring new mediums and changing up your style to accommodate those, to following color alongs where you're picking up new things. I'm doing all those art boxes this month, so I'm going to be picking up new things there. I'm actually thinking of joining a couple Patreons and checking some lessons out. But yeah, I mean, all of those combined, your skills evolve, and the most important thing is they evolve into your style. Like, anytime I do a color along, definitely follow if you're new, but take what you've learned and reuse it using your style. I actually learned to color from Julie's Passion for Coloring. I think it's Passion for Coloring. She's actually the first person I really learned from on YouTube, and I loved her style. I mean, it's so simple, but not. If you've never checked out her channel, go check it out. She does amazing work, and she picks out like these flawless color palettes, like just flawless. Her color choices are beautiful. And yeah, she was the first person I learned to color from, because I had gotten Prismas and I was like, how do I use these? Because I hated them. I couldn't figure them out. And so I watched hers, and I used to use her style of, just one color and either a white colored pencil or colorless blender. And then as the years went on, I started kind of evolving into my own, method to my madness. But that's what's great. Like, you can learn from someone and then take what you've learned from them and other channels and find what you like. And then everyone develops their own unique style. If you watch all of us colorists here on YouTube, you'll notice we may use similar techniques, but our style is still our own. And that's what makes it fun. That's why I always tell people, like, subscribe to as many channels as you can. Check out all the styles. Like, I'm not greedy. You don't have to just follow me. Like, check out everyone's styles, and then find a way to mesh them all into what works best for you and what you like. Because really, I watch other colorists, and I'll pick up so many new techniques. Like, you know, with like mediums I don't even know how to use. I'm like, oh, cool. Or, you know, learning skin, because I still am learning how to color skin. I'm struggling there. Skin and me are just like oil and water. I love hair, but I really got to finish portraits. I can't just keep coloring hair. Gotta branch out. Ooh, that reminds me. So let me finish this petal and I'll show you something before we go, because I think we're about at our hour mark. And I need to sharpen anyways, so all right. Let me grab it. I'm so disorganized now. Okay. Speaking of hair and skin, both here. You might have seen this flower on Instagram. I shared the color combo. I was using my Art and Fly pencils. I did use their portrait set just for her skin, using only the colors available in the portrait set. I did start pulling from the 72 count set for everything else though, because I wanted purple for some reason. But I did share this color combo, and I will be coloring her hair, doing a little quick tutorial. You can see it right here with the Art and Fly pencils. It's actually going to be a lot simpler. There will still be flicking, but because this is such a dark grayscale, I mean, look how dark and thick these lines are. It actually takes a lot less effort to color it in over here. And it works well with the Art and Fly pencils because they're not like a polys when it comes to oil-based. They're in a class of their own. They're not soft like a Brute Fooner either. I'm still trying to figure out how to explain those because I need to review them. But I have colored a portrait. You know, I always say I like to color a portrait with a set of pencils. I still need to color a regular page. I'm hoping I'll have time for that. If not, it's fine. But yeah, they weren't too bad. At first they were flustering, and then as I kept layering and layering, I was getting the hang of it. Hopefully it looks all right. It looks good to me, but I'm still learning skin, so I'm like, oh, but I do like the flower. I love how that turned out. That was fun. All right, guys. I think we are going to call it quits for now. I've rambled at least an hour, I think. So I hope everyone enjoyed the live stream on Sunday. A lot of you sent really sweet comments to me and Emma. Both of us had a blast. I was dying. Oh my gosh. It was just too fun. We will probably do it again. I can't volunteer her though. So I semi did in the stream, but we probably will do that again. And thank you to all of you who showed up and all of your very sweet comments Monday morning when I woke up. They were just amazing. So I was thankful for that. This Sunday I will be streaming. It'll just be me this time around. Sorry, just me. But I do hope to see you guys there. It's really fun to have you guys come to the live streams just so we can interact, you know, chat and do all that. And I may be swatching my Arteza watercolor and gouache tubes that I have. I'm not quite sure though yet. If you want to see those swatched on a live stream though, let me know in the comments below, because that always helps me decide what on earth I'm gonna stream. The life of a YouTuber. You're actually sitting here like, I don't know what to stream. So yeah. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday and an awesome rest of your week. And I hope to see you at Sunday's live stream. And until next time, take care.